Hi everyone! In today's YouTube tutorial, we are going to be painting these super fun and easy birch trees, and I'm going to add an extra fun layer to them by adding color shifting metallic paint. So in full disclosure, this is a tutorial that I saw from Kristen, Hello Lovely People on Instagram. She did this super fun and easy birch tree tutorial, which I posted yesterday on my Instagram. And then last year, another artist that I follow on Instagram, her name is Kelly Chase _fine art. She did a really fun metallic birch tree piece. So this tutorial today is inspired by those two artists. I can't take full credit for it, but I did want to share this, so let's get started. The supplies that we are going to be using will be fairly straightforward. So the first thing that we need is a Payne's Gray or an indigo. I'm going to be using a Gallo along with Stay Kiwi handmade paints, and we need some metallic paint. This is Arches cold pressed 300-pound paper. It's very thick and it's very textured, and I really like it. And then I'm going to use the side of a keychain to make the birch tree markings. You can use an old credit card, anything that you have that has a flat surface. And then I have a mixing palette that I'm going to put some of my paints on just to make it easier for me to dip the keychain into to make the marks. So right now I am grabbing the A Gallo Payne's Gray, and then not videoed, not pictured, is me grabbing some more indigo by Stay Kiwi. They are both handmade paint companies that I adore. And now I'm taking my keychain and using the flat edge, and I'm dipping it into this really watery Payne's Gray indigo, and I'm basically using the side of the card to scrape the tree markings. And so I will kind of go from the left and make a rightward motion with the keychain, and then I'll also go from the right and I'll go left with the keychain to sort of create both sides of the tree. Now it doesn't have to, you don't have to create a hard line along the entirety of the tree trunk. You can let your, imagination, and it can be kind of like suggestive. Some parts of the tree aren't going to be as definitive as some parts. And I think this, by sort of leaving those white gaps, it kind of creates a very loose and suggestive tree trunk. And so I'm just going to make tree trunks all the way across this watercolor paper. I'm not going to have them like stick straight up. I'm sort of giving them some character and some bend. This one I'm going to make sort of like a V shape. And then I think I'm going to do a few more on this right side, and then I think I will be good in terms of composition wise. Okay, so I like how that looks. I am going to grab my hot air tool and I'm going to completely dry this layer. And now I'm going to grab my color shifting paint. These are new paints that I got from the brand Cosmic Creations. She's on Etsy and she makes the most beautiful color shifting paints. And so that's what I'm using right now. I added a little bit of water to each half pan, and I'm going to let it sit to really activate that metallic paint. And what we're going to do now is we're going to go over the existing tree trunks with the same method, but we're just going to add some color to them. So the first color I'm going to use is this purplish blue pigment, and I'm going to put it on the card by using just a paintbrush, and then I'm just going to swipe over the existing tree trunk. And it's a little bit hard to see at my current camera angle, but it leaves, this color is this really shimmery purple color. And going to add a little bit to this tree right here, and I'm just gonna kind of space out the metallic paint. I'm not trying to fill in the tree by any means. There's a big glob of purple right here, so I'm just grabbing a liner brush and I'm just sort of redistributing some of this purple paint. But we're gonna make similar markings to the trees that we did with the Payne's Gray, except we're just adding metallic accents now. Now I'm getting sort of, it's a metallic green pink color, and I'm gonna go on and do the tree to the right of the one that we just did. All we're doing is swiping color on watercolor paper. It's super easy. Anybody can do this, even if you are a beginner at watercolor. Now I'm going to grab some of this metallic pink paint. And then now I'm going to grab some of this metallic, sort of like a purplish pink. Now I'm going to grab some of this light blue metallic paint. I'm actually going to switch the camera angle just a little bit so that you can see the metallic colors just a little bit better, because it wasn't really showing with my camera angle sort of head on. And again, if you get like a glob of paint on there, like I did just right now on the bottom, just grab any brush, preferably like a smaller, finer brush, and just sort of distribute that paint so it's not just a big glob. The last color I'm going to do is some gold. I'm going to go back to my Payne's Gray mixture, and I'm going to add some thinner, more narrow trees kind of peeking through in the background just to give some more variation. So with the colors that I used, the metallic paints, I sort of have a kind of like a rainbow-ish looking feel to these trees, and I honestly just love it. So this is the finished product, and it's so pretty. I really hope you enjoyed painting along with me today. If you liked this tutorial, please hit the like button. It's a really small way to help my channel grow. And if you enjoy my content, use the following QR codes to either find me on Patreon or Instagram.